Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on the Great Reset. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about the Great Reset. We'll talk about blockchain, XRP, CBDCs. So let's take a look. Tyson Foods teams up with the World Economic Forum to open an insect processing plant. I don't know. You can't even make this stuff up at this point. Tyson Foods is a key player in the food industry and the world's second largest processor and marketer of chicken, beef, and pork. Soon they aim to be the world's leading producer of insect-based food, whether you like it or not, in a move ripped straight from the pages of a dystopian horror novel. Tyson Foods is now partnering with Klaus Schwab and his World Economic Forum cronies to establish an insect processing plant, likely coming to a city near you. Now, my first thought was, does Tyson just want to go bankrupt? But then I gave it some more thought and I said, you know, people are going to eat this because there's so many people that are asleep out there. They'll eat it and not even know they're eating it. That's why it's so important to always be awake. See what's going on around you. Green energy isn't about carbon or climate. It's meant to break our economy, induce scarcity and rationing, to require CBDC plus digital ID, which will become a social credit system, empowering CCP and World Economic Forum. Oh, look, electric car food. If you ever talk to someone who owns an EV, somehow they put themselves up on a pedestal. They act like they're single-handedly saving the planet. But you know, it takes more energy to build that car than that car will ever save in its lifetime. It's not about green energy or saving the planet. It's about enslaving me and you. Pope Francis declares Klaus Schwab is more important than Jesus Christ. Now, when I seen this, and I'm not a religious person, I thought to myself, how can the Pope say that one of the most evil people in the world are more important than Jesus Christ? If I was Catholic, I would have to walk away from that religion just off of that alone. Now, for some reason, I cannot play any videos with Yuval Harari on YouTube for some reason. It just automatically kicks that video. So I'm going to kind of sum up what he's saying here. World Economic Forum advisor for Klaus Schwab, Yuval Harari, on why he doesn't have a smartphone. He's saying your smartphone can actually hack you through algorithms. It could set your mood. It could actually make your emotions go one way or another. Do you think he's right? Put it in the comments section down below. The moderator of a World Economic Forum panel titled Shaping a Shared Future, Making the Metaverse. The wealthy will be able to travel, but the poor will use virtual reality headsets to travel to the same place from their own couch. In many ways, it's actually going to create even more distance between those two people. It's going to divide us even more, is what he's saying. And I remember doing a Great Reset sometime last year where the rich were saying that they will buy carbon offsets from the poor in the future because everybody's going to get an allotment. And when they buy from the poor, it allowed them to do all the things that they do today while the poor sit at home and do nothing. But I think that will be another way that they divide us in the future. World Economic Forum, appointed role of world government in the metaverse. You know, I would never let my children go into the metaverse, especially if Klaus Schwab is going to be the leader inside the metaverse, because they will use the metaverse to manipulate you in different ways. That they're going to use it like a tool as long as they have control of it. The Fourth Industrial Revolution and the Great Reset, programming people like CBDCs with digital ID. Never before have governments and corporations had the technological means to completely enslave all of humanity until now, in the age of the so-called Fourth Industrial Revolution. I always said, You know, the technology in the right hands is great technology. In the wrong hands, it can be used against all of humanity. Technologies emerging from the fourth IR do indeed have the potential to make the world a better place, such as bringing about greater connectivity, better healthcare and housing, more efficient land use for food and water, advances in recycling, and incredible convenience for billions of people. But while the Great Reset patricians preach inclusivity, resiliency, and sustainability, their fourth industrial revolution may soon find us plebs as programmable as a central bank digital currency. I think they will definitely use the technology against us. And a digital ID, in my opinion, is far worse than a CBDC. Think about it, it's digital currency. Sure, they could shut your money off, but through a digital ID, they could pretty much shut you off. They could control your health care, your travel, your food, any government services such as filing taxes and voting, collecting benefits. They could kick you off of social platforms. They could kick you off of the internet, and they could keep you from working as well. And you know, we're watching technology evolve like we see here. Is this the future of in-store shopping? Whole Foods in Washington, D.C. requires you to scan in before entering, scan to enter checkout, scan to leave the checkout, scan to leave the store. You know, we are at a point where technology is actually making humans unemployable. Because think about it, you have a job and all of a sudden, say you work for Whole Foods. Oh, we're going to have to let you go because we got this new system that now replaces you. That's going to happen time and time again as AI advances into the future. Then there's this. Amazon's Palm Reader offers a new way to pay at stores. The retail giant is using biometric tech at two of its Amazon Go stores in Seattle. And this is paying with your palm. Now, why do they always want to put a chip in you? That's what I don't understand. You know, sure, put it in a ring, put it in a wristband, put it in a necklace that you wear. But why does it have to be in you? They want it so bad. That's why I'm never getting that chip, no matter what. Based on the 2016 World Economic Forum report, The Future of Financial Infrastructure, Ripple was already working with the World Economic Forum on a comprehensive draft for DLT and blockchain technologies. Chris Larson, Dilip Rao, and Marcus Treacher were part of the subject matter experts team. Now, when you look at this from 2016, it showed you even back then that Ripple and Stellar were the future. And you also see BlackRock listed here as well. And that's why I always said, you know, I see BlackRock as like a Trojan horse for the World Economic Forum. But if you look at this, it shows you how important Ripple and Stellar actually are. Anyone who ever questions their investment in ISO cryptocurrencies has to be blind to the much bigger picture when you see CBDCs already coming about. Why would we need an escape if we are free people, Lagarde? Unless, of course, we aren't actually free. For your information, many of us have already escaped with Bitcoin, and many more will continue to do so, as long as savers are penalized. You know, Christine Lagarde and the World Economic Forum look at Bitcoin as an escape from a CBDC. They're never going to allow that to happen. But the Bitcoin maxis don't understand that. And they look at BlackRock as the savior of Bitcoin. As long as you keep seeing that happening or that playing out in the future, look what's going on with Lightning Network right now with the back doors. I think they were put there on purpose. And I still think Bitcoin is not going to be part of the future once utility takes over. The bankers, Fed, and World Economic Forum dropped that info into his teleprompter. Must block any competition for the coming CBDC. Now, like I always said, if you look around the United States right now, look at any major city, look at the crime level, look at the homelessness. Our cities are falling apart, and this is why right here. Biden delivers keynote on mastering the fourth industrial revolution, and Schwab describes Biden as, "You were one of the most engaged and hardest working members of the World Economic Forum." He is on board with Agenda 2030. And when you say this, people right away say, no, Biden's working for the American people. How can you look at the United States right now, the shape that we're in, and think this guy is trying to help the American people? He absolutely isn't. He's on board with Klaus Schwab. But you know, we are XRP investors, and I always looked at XRP as our escape from this, because you got to remember, we're investing in what they're investing in. And I remember doing another Great Reset video not so long ago where that Yuval Harari was saying that the smart people will survive into the fourth industrial revolution. I always thought that XRP investors were very smart people. They could see the vision for the future. Like, we were meant to hold this cryptocurrency. And if we are smart and we have relevance in the future, I don't think we will have to live under a CBDC. We might have much better options, because he said that the poor will always be left behind. And that's why I always thought that it was very important for us to enrich ourselves. What do you think? Put that in the comments section down below. But until everything plays out, and who knows, these people might not even be in charge in the future. You know, things happen very quick, and maybe new people will take over. Maybe we'll never see a CBDC. Let's hope that happens instead. Let's hope the good guys take control of the technology in the future. The future would be a much better place. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.